This inside is a dodecahedron and an icosahedron. That's often referred to as the grid of the planet. It's the grid around a human being. It's working with higher dimensional levels in the way the icosa, dodeca, they always dance, that is, they always relate to each other through the phi ratio. I could talk a little bit about geometry today, but there's just so much to say that but that's the grid system inside, and then we bring these points out, and these are in that phi ratio relationship. And I can talk more about phi and the importance, the way that relates to unity, that way that relates to human being. What I'm really showing you here is that with the forms, energy always shifts when they move. It's true for human beings too. I mean, it's like if you lie in bed and you dream about all this stuff and you never get out of bed asking God to take care of you, not too much is going to happen. You know, that's where that saying, God helps those who help themselves. Sometimes you don't have to help in the sense of doing anything specific. You just show up and move. You just animate your body. Because what I'm going to show you is what happens when things are animated, when they move, and they interact with light. You see, these forms, they're very hard-edged in a way. They're very geometric, kind of masculine. But when they start to move, the way they interact with light, that's where you start to see the feminine aspect come in. In a dark room, you can see it very strongly. The direction something is moving is not often as important as just the fact that it's moving. That's the most important element. Sometimes people say, well, should it be clockwise? Should it be counterclockwise? And just movement itself, I found, is the most important key to start creating that flow. Like within our beings, we work with electricity. I mean, that's how the body works with the flow of electrons, the flow of information through the body. And so the metaphors I was talking about earlier, about the metaphors of flow, again, so it is with movement is part of that. You know, it's just another aspect, a descriptive element of flow, and so it is with these forms when they start moving. I started working with geometric forms, experimenting back in the very early 70s. I was building pyramids, testing them out, sleeping in them. I was very attracted to them. And obviously it was higher self that was putting that bug in my ear. And I started building more and more complicated pyramids until the late 70s, about 1980, with a friend I built a pyramid that cost us over $50,000 to build, and it was only as high as this room. But it had a crystal ball in the base this big around and a crystal this high in the base with a parabolic reflector under it. The capstone was copper layered in gold, layered in silver, with 3 crystal balls with big glass sheets this thick to hold the balls with holes cut in the middle to perfectly align the crystal balls in the center of the capstone, aligned with what was going on in the bottom. And what I started doing was sleeping in it with a friend. We'd take turns. He'd go one night, I'd go the next night. And what it did is it started bringing up the Kundalini within my body.